first we will discuss about chromosomes. What are chromosomes and where are these chromosomes that are present? Chromosomes that are the thread-like structures. These are thread-like structures. And these thread-like structures that are present in the nucleus. In the nucleus of the cells. Okay, and after condensation they look like this. These are chromosomes. So just before cell division they will condense to form this structure. Now these chromosomes that are made up of, they are made up of DNA and proteins. DNA and proteins. DNA that are present in the chromosomes like this. And these DNA, they carry genes. Suppose this shaded portion, these are the genes. Okay, DNA, they carry the genes. So many genes that are present over the chromosomes, but only one gene it is responsible for the formation of one protein. It means that it encodes one protein, and this one protein, it is responsible for one character in the body, in the organism's body. One gene, it is responsible for encoding the one protein, and one protein, it is responsible for one character. Okay. Now next is that these genes, they work in pairs. They work in pairs. It is a simplified diagram of a chromosome pair, Chromosomes that are also present in pairs in our body. As how many chromosomes that are present in a cell? 46. So what will be the pair? That is 23 pairs of chromosomes that are present. Okay. So chromosomes that also present in pairs, and the genes that are present over the chromosomes that also work in pairs only. So these chromosomes that I have shown only one chromosome pair here. So these chromosomes, they contain DNA, and DNA, they carry the genes, and these genes, they are present in pairs over the chromosomes. Okay, and one pair of the gene, it is responsible for one character, for the same character. Suppose this gene, it is responsible for height. So I will write here capital T and capital T. Okay, means one gene, it is represented by the capital T, and one gene that is represented by the capital T. As these genes, they work in same pairs, so they are also known as the different forms of the same gene. Different form of the same gene. Clear? Now what is actually this different forms of gene and there are different forms like the dominant gene, the recessive gene. So that we will discuss in detail now. Now next we will discuss about the dominant gene, recessive gene, phenotype and genotype one by one in detail. So first, that are dominant gene. So first, that are dominant gene. Now what are dominant gene? As I told you, the genes, they work in pairs. Okay, so if the capital T and the capital T, they are present here, and capital T, it is responsible for tall, small t, they are responsible for dwarfness. Okay, and this pair, it is present, means the capital T, it is present. Then what will be the character? The character that is inherited by the individual, it depends upon the genes only. So if capital T gene pair that is present, then this capital T, it is responsible for tallness, because both the T, means both the capital T's that are present here. In capital T, it is showing the tallness. Okay. Now next is that if suppose capital T and small t that are present over the G, means the capital T and the small t that are present, then what will be the result? Then also tallness will be there. Now why? Because the capital T, it is a dominant gene. Capital T, it is a dominant gene, and small t, it is a recessive gene. Now on what basis these genes that are known as the dominant and the recessive genes? So dominant genes are those genes which can show their appearance even in the presence of their alternative gene. Okay, means they can show their appearance either the gene that is present here, it can be capital T or it can be small t, but it will show its expression. So that gene is known as the dominant gene. But the recessive gene, it can show only its expression when the alternative gene that is present, that is an identical gene. If the same gene that is present, then only it will show its expression, like in this case. So if both the small t that are present, then only the recessive gene, it shows its expression. So if this representation will be there, means the small t and small t genes that are present over the chromosomes, then they are responsible for the dwarf character. Okay, now we can take another example also, like in case of seeds, the shape of the seeds. If we will take the character, that is shape of seeds, then here suppose capital R that is present, and here small r. The capital R, it is responsible for the round seeds, and the small r, that is for wrinkled seeds. Then capital R and small r, if this type of representation is there, means this type of the gene that is inherited by any organism, then the character will be round seeds. The pea plant, they show the round seeds. Now if suppose the small r and small r, both the genes that are small r and small r, means this kind of genes that are inherited by the pea plant, then what kind of character will be there? Wrinkled seeds. They produce wrinkled seeds. Okay, it means that the gene which can show its expression even in the presence of the alternative gene, that gene is known as the dominant gene. Okay, but the recessive gene, it can show its expression only in the presence of the same identical gene. So that gene is known as recessive, which can show its expression only in the presence of the same identical gene. Okay. Now, like 46 chromosomes that are present in any organism. Clear? But when the gametes that are formed, means the sperm and the ovum. So these sperm and ovum, they contain only 23 chromosomes. Clear? As now the chromosomes that are present in pair. So when the gamete formation will be there, so at that time only one chromosome out of this pair, it is inherited, means it is transferred to the gamete. Gamete, it receive only one chromosome out of this pair. Clear? So if 46 chromosomes that are present, so out of each 46 pair of chromosomes, only one chromosome, it is transferred in the gamete, in the sex cells. So in this manner, when the zygote formation will be there, so in zygote again the 46 chromosomes that are present, because the single pair of chromosome here and the single chromosome here, they will form one chromosome pair in the zygote. Clear? So in this manner the organism, it consists of 46 chromosomes, and out of which each chromosome in a pair, that it inherit from the both of the parents. So that's why the genes that are present in any organism, that are inherited by the parents, which are responsible for the characters. So this is about the recessive and the dominant genes. Now next is about phenotype and genotype. Genotype means this is the genetic description of any organism. Genetic description. Or you can say the description of genes present in any organism. Now next is what are the phenotype? Phenotype, that are the physical characteristic of any individual. Physical characteristic of any individual, that is determined by the genotype of that organism. Now I will explain these two terms with the help of example, like capital T and capital T. Capital T and capital T, it is the genotype. Okay, and the character, the physical characteristic that is visible to us, that is tallness. We are not able to see the genes of any person, but we are able to see the physical appearance of that person, that is determined by the genotype. So capital T, these are the genotypes, and these genotypes, they are responsible for this character, that is tallness, and this tallness character, that is the phenotype. Clear? Now here, like capital R, small r, these are the genotypes, and what will be the physical appearance here, that is the round seeds. Similarly here, small r, these are the genotypes, and wrinkled seeds, that will be the phenotype. Okay, so phenotype, that is the physical appearance that is visible to us, and this phenotype, it is determined by the genotype, means the genes that are present in a body. Okay, so genotype means the genetic description of any organism.